Two words: public restrooms. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're starting a series called Functional Fashion, and where we're starting is with marathon shopping days, particularly two different types. Now, as we enter into the holiday season, we are usually shopping for two different reasons. One is we are shopping for ourselves. Maybe we have a wish list of our own and we need to try on a lot of clothes. The other is when we have to marathon shop for other people and gifts. And those require two very different outfits to set you up for success. Let's get right into the first one. The first outfit, as I'm showing here, is something that I personally tried out recently in an out-of-town shopping trip, and it worked like a dream. But there's even a few more tweaks I want to add to give you even more success. So let's start with what is underneath. If you're going to be shopping for yourself and you have an outfit that you need to have on so that you can try on a lot of clothes successfully, you want it to look something like this within reason. So first off, you're going to want to wear a very neutral bra, a very neutral pair of underwear, and you're going to want to put some form of like biker shorts or neutral Spanx, whatever it is that you're more comfortable underneath. Now, if it is a colder climate, you're going to want to maybe switch out the kind of biker shorts for some tights or nylons, because those are going to act double duty, and I'll get to that in a second. The next item you're going to want to wear is a button-up shirt. The reason behind that is you don't want to be messing up your hair, you don't want to get makeup all over everything, and you want to be able to layer up as easily as possible. So any form of a button-up shirt, I would suggest something neutral. I went ahead with like a chambray, kind of more fitted top here, but it's super comfortable, super breathable, but you could just as easily use like a, maybe like a white cotton one, something like that, something that is comfortable, something that is also going to pair well with other items as you try clothes on. Next up, you're going to want to consider a skirt. And I know that sounds a little counterintuitive, but think it through for a second. This stretchy skirt that I got from Walmart worked perfectly for me. It was breathable, lightweight, very comfortable, and it has an elastic waist. So we all know that works really well for a lot of reasons. The reasoning behind a skirt is that you can look at a top that you're going to be trying on, a sweater, whatnot, and you can wear that well with a skirt, so you would see whatever you were purchasing would how it would look with a skirt. But really, for function purposes, it slides on and off very easily. And if you're shopping for shoes, you don't have to worry about pulling up pant legs or adjusting things to try on boots or anything like that. Also, you can easily slip a skirt off over shoes if you absolutely had to. So again, another reason to wear it. Next up, as you can kind of see here, I have a V-neck lightweight sweater draped over my shoulders. Now, the reason behind that is I was in a fairly mild climate, but it did get down to the 50s, and I wanted something warm and something over my shoulders, but I didn't want it to be too bulky, and I wanted to be able to throw it over or even tie it around my waist as the day went on, because I don't want to be carrying a super bulky coat or sweater around. And even though you can't see it, it actually has a deeper V, so that if I did have to put it over my head, it still wasn't going to bother too many things. And I also chose, again, a neutral palette, because if I needed to, I could throw that V-neck sweater on and try it on with other bottoms, and it worked well, so I could see how those pieces were going to fit with my real wardrobe. Next, we're moving into shoes. So for this particular look, I did not go for tennis shoes, and the funny thing is I actually forgot to pack my tennis shoes for this trip, but it turned into a happy accident, and I ended up with the best tennis shoes I think I've ever purchased. I'll share those in a minute. But I love these slide-on loafers, and they work very well because, again, they're very neutral, they're not super bulky, and they go with just about anything. They also are comfortable for me to walk on, and they slide on and off very easily, so that if I am shoe shopping, I can just slip these on and off and try things on very easily, including actual outfits as well. You know, if you're wearing something that laces up or some big knee-high boots, then that's just another thing you're going to have to sit down and fiddle with before you can try anything else on. So you want to consider a shoe that you can slip on and off easily. The one caveat to a pair of loafers is that you might want to consider either wearing a pair of no-show socks, something similar to this, that really kind of stick to your feet well. They absorb absorb sweat, but they don't show, so they're not going to mess up your outfit. But yet you also automatically have a little pair of socks when you are trying on other shoes. However, if you are in a colder climate and you are wearing maybe tights or nylons instead, which are, we all know, the OG shapewear, they can serve double duty, because then you automatically have a pair of like nylons or socks if you are shoe shopping. So that would also be an option for you. And if you are shopping for something like maybe a heavier set of boots or a pair of tennis shoes or something that you know you're going to need a thicker pair of socks for, throw a small pair, maybe like just these like crew socks, into your bag or your purse that you're taking with you. Because one issue you will run into often is either searching for an associate to find those silly little brown nylon socks that don't stay on for anything, or having to maybe purchase a pair of socks because you want to get a real feel for the shoes you're shopping for. Now we're getting into bags. As you can see in the picture, I did wear this for a marathon shopping day, and it was a shopping day that I was purchasing things for myself. I loved this bag because it's lightweight, it's super functional, I'm able to get in and out of my cell phone very quickly, but yet everything else felt secure. I also was able to wear this crossbody, and I could tighten it up so that if I was in an area that I felt like, oh, I want my purse closer to me, or if I was bending down a lot, I didn't want the crossbody flying all over the place and getting annoying, I could tighten the strap up and it really stayed a lot closer, or I could slide it right behind my back and it stayed really well. There are a ton of other options though as far as handbags go. Just really think it through though. You don't want to be carrying around something big and bulky when you're already going to be carrying around most likely bags and bags of other items that you purchased. The next outfit we're going to get into is if you're shopping for other people and you're not really going to be looking to shop for yourself. However, we all know that sometimes happens. You know, we're out looking for everything for the kids and our husband, and then we find like the perfect dress for New Year's Eve and we want to try it on. So you may want to consider that. However, if you are just going, say, to, you know, those marathon days, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, you know, you're really going for it for other people, you also want to consider what you're wearing for a lot of reasons. Now, the biggest one being temperatures. So I purposely wore this sweater to show you what not to wear. Again, you're going to want to wear something that is thinner, lightweight, very breathable, and possibly removable in a lot easier of a way. We all know that the temperatures in different stores vary completely. And you know, it's cold outside often. We just want to be warm and cozy. We throw something like this on. Then the next thing you know, we're pushing through the store that's really crowded and we are sweating, we are hot, we are irritated. So we don't want to wear thicker knit things. We don't want to wear stuff like this. However, what we do want to wear is something much more comfortable, much more breathable, and again, layerable. Now, I do want to mention, especially when we are shopping for other people or marathon shopping period, if we are going to wear pants or bottoms, we don't want to give into some of these trends right now of oversized pants, the ones that are dragging the ground, or a really wide leg pants, maybe even maxi skirts, things like that, that are comfortable, yes. But again, 2 words, public restrooms. Now, we all have to use them. It just happens. We have to run into a Starbucks or something, or we're at Target. Public restrooms, we all know, are disgusting. The floors are gross. So we're going to really lean into either more of those like 90s kind of cropped jeans that are very comfortable and a little stretchy because we want to be doing a lot of bending down and whatnot. Or we want to really lean into more of that athleisure wear with joggers. Now that is because, let's just get into the nitty gritty for a second. When we're in the public restrooms, and as women, we usually have to drop everything to go to the restroom. Well, if we're wearing wide leg pants or, you know, just bigger ones with a lot of extra fabric, those are going to pull around your feet and they are going to drag the ground. It's really not cute. You're going to get things on the bottom of your pants and you don't want to be taking that home with you. So if you're wearing joggers or jeans that can kind of just stay around your ankle area as, you know, you adjust your clothing, including skirts and things, then there's just a lot less fabric to touch other things that you don't want them to touch. Again, you also want to think about shoes as well. You want to wear extremely comfortable shoes. I'm just going to quickly show you a couple of options, just straight out of my closet. Again, back to something like a loafer that is comfortable. You do want them, however, to be able to be worn all day long, and you don't want your feet to get hot and sweaty. Alternatively, you can get something more like this. Now, these definitely are they're a lot more trendy, but they look at the sole on those. So especially if you're in like colder weather, snow, that kind of thing, you might consider something a lot more cushy and heavily soled like this. But again, they are loafers and they are slide on and off, but they're just a little more dressed up than your average tennis shoe. So really a great option. These were my happy accident, and I am mentioning these particularly for those of you who really want something just clean line, want something super comfortable. These are my new absolute favorite tennis shoes. They are a new brand. I believe they are called 27 Edit, and they are a collab with Naturalizer. I accidentally had to buy some new shoes. Oh, so sad for me, right? But I wore these that same evening that I purchased them for 5 hours, standing up, jumping and dancing with zero issues. These are like marshmallows on your feet. So these would be a great addition if you're really looking for some really beautiful, comfortable tennis shoes and you need to wear them, especially for like marathon shopping days. The next tip I wanted to talk about was hair. It really needs to be super easy, especially if you're going to be trying clothes on. So one thing that I like to do when I am shopping, especially for some of my hauls, that is hair something like this. So I can run my fingers through it. I don't have a lot of hairspray. It's not overly styled because no matter what I do, I'm going to be trying things on and taking them off. So I don't want to have to fuss with my hair and have to re-straighten it every time. Or, you know, if it's pulled up really tight in a low bun, I don't want to have to be messing with flyaways or hair that gets pulled out of the way. So, you know, for me, this is it. And then I also like to carry maybe a small rubber band. A lot of times I just throw it on my wrist in case I do get hot or I want to see what the outfit's going to look like with my hair pulled up. And or you can just grab a clippy, and what I like to do is I actually just attach the clippy to whatever strap that I have going on, so it doesn't even have to go inside my purse. A lot of times you're gonna find me with something like this, and that just makes life a lot easier. Same thing works if you're shopping for other people as well, because you may start off thinking that you're looking like so great and you're having a great hair day, and then as the day goes on, you're tired, you're hot, you want to pull it up, or if it's rainy and drizzly and you need a change, just make sure you grab something and have it either tucked in your purse or maybe around your wrist. Makeup. So this runs both for the store and for yourself. So something that always helps me to feel more confident is to have a nice lip on. But when you are trying things on or you're out all day and your hands get kind of grubby, you don't want to be reapplying a lot. So a long wearing lipstick in a neutral color for your skin tone is going to go a very long way. I wear this all the time when I am shopping or I am out and about all day long because it's My Lips But Better. It doesn't budge, and I know that if maybe a piece of clothing or something touches it, it's not going to smear and smudge. I don't have to worry about it. So these Maybelline vinyl inks, they just work great. You really want to consider going minimal with jewelry because it catches on things and it could ruin your clothes, it could ruin the retailer's things, and you could also lose it a lot easier. So here's a few tips. One is rings. I keep them super simple. I usually just wear a band, you know, if it doesn't have any kind of stones or anything that's going to catch on things, my own pieces or other people's. And it just makes life easier and it frees up your fingers if you want to try on more jewelry. The other thing I like to do is I usually wear my smartwatch. And the reason why I do that is because it's simple, it doesn't catch on anything, and I can get my steps in and I can communicate with people a lot more quickly without having to get my phone out, especially if my hands are full. Now, something a lot of people don't think about is, you know, necklaces and earrings. I tend to not wear a necklace at all if I'm going to be shopping a lot because it's just another thing that can catch on stuff. And my earrings, I love earrings. I always wear them. I usually get an inexpensive pair of huggy earrings that have like a complete solid piece that goes all the way around with no like backing that sticks out, because if you're going to be trying items on or even just taking a scarf on and off, whatever, these catch, and next thing you know, you've lost your favorite earrings. I love big hoops. I love fancy earrings, but for the purposes of of shopping. You want to keep it super simple if you're going to wear a pair, something that's not going to catch on anything. That completes the first round of functional fashion marathon shopping style. I hope this video was helpful, and just take all of these tips and just pull what you think works best for you. Obviously, we all have different climates that we're shopping in, and we all have things that make us feel more comfortable while we're shopping, and what works for one may not work for another. But if you have a great shopping tip or a wardrobe tip for shopping, please leave it in the comments below. That just really helps us all out, and especially if I missed something, I'm always looking for better tips as well, because I do have to shop. I kind of do this for a living, so I love learning all the time. All right, make sure that you hit like and subscribe, and any of the items that I kind of talked about that are still available, I will put in the description box below. Make sure you're also following me over on LTK, because that's the fastest way to find all of these shoppable items without having to go back and dig through videos. A lot of times they're just really laid out well in a photo, and you can just shop directly from those links. All right, happy shopping, and until next time, I'll see you soon.